Okay. Yeah, it's a pleasure for me to be here and to be able to attend this conference. I think we have a lot of challenges in front of us, but more than challenges, we have the opportunity to be able to shape our collective future in a way which is a win-win, in which we are, as humanity is being faced with its biggest challenges from climate change and other areas, it must not find humanity to be divided in face of these challenges. So we believe the European Union and Europe together truly offer a solution in collective answers, and those are lessons the world must be able to learn.
Only 14 out of 27 EU ministers attend this meeting. What do you think of that? Doesn't this show a lack of interest by the European Union?
That is perhaps a question that you should be asking the European Union. But no, I think as many ministers as are present and other high representation represents the importance that we just need to address the challenges in from a common framework. If you're able to do that, I think the answers will be plenty, the solutions will be plenty. If the House is divided in facing those challenges, then unfortunately the results may not be to our liking. Yeah.
Ukraine was also on the agenda today. You've had the opportunity to meet and dine with Mr. Kuleba. What do you think, how important is it to actually hear from Ukraine in this sort of forum, given the fact that obviously not everyone in the Indo-Pacific region totally agrees with the Western stance in this war?
Look, I look at the world not as this region or that region. I look at the world as it is, right? Because I think COVID, the pandemic, climate change, all of these are teaching us lessons that we cannot deal with any challenge alone. Collectively, we can. Ukraine is an issue that I think the whole world is compounded by right now. We all try and address it in our own different ways. We all try and address it from the lessons that we've learned from history. I think a lesson a country like Pakistan has learned that percolation of conflict is never the answer, that we want an end to hostilities, an end to conflict, so people can go back to building lives rather than destroying more lives before we start rebuilding. We want the process of rebuilding of lives, of diplomacy, of solutions as quickly as possible.
Now, on the question of climate change, obviously Pakistan suffered tremendously horrible floods recently. And Europe was a country that was doing a lot in terms of climate change, but with the war in Ukraine, it's been backsliding. Are you worried that European Union countries are backsliding on their commitments to the environment?
Look, what we're worried about, first of all and foremost, is maybe a slight tendency to try and sort of move the world into blocks, which would be very dangerous to deal with challenges like climate change. And I'll give you a very good example. Pakistan is a country which has less than 1% contribution to emissions. Can we alone decide that we will not be on the receiving end of the climate threat? If we change everything in Pakistan today, we still cannot deal with this threat alone. We need everyone to collectively take action. Collective action requires collective thinking. So let's not divide the House into various blocks where separate thinking is happening. Collective thinking can give us, I think we have enough enough ammunition, if you want to call it, to be able to deal with these challenges. Yeah?
Pakistan is on friendly terms with China. Can you do anything to convince China to not support Russia?
I think our job is not to convince one country to do the other. I think our job is to ensure you that we believe that many of our friends look at collective problems as collective problems. And I think if you look towards our region, we have the ability to be able to come together to solve problems. I will just thank you.